Urgent Baltimore Ravens fans. Do not miss this. What just happened? You won't believe this one. But before we reveal the big news, make sure to subscribe to the channel, because here, we bring you daily videos with the latest Baltimore Ravens updates. And to not miss anything, activate the notifications. Hey, Ravens fans, I hope you're all ready, because today, we're diving into a story that's shaking up the NFL offseason in a way we haven't seen in a while. You've probably heard the rumors swirling around, but if you haven't, let me tell you, this one could change everything. The name Jalen Ramsey has been at the center of all these whispers, and trust me, the implications are huge. As many of you know, Jalen Ramsey is a superstar at the cornerback position, a player who's not just good, but exceptional, elite, even. And now, the buzz is that he might be on the move, possibly heading to either the Baltimore Ravens or the Miami Dolphins. Yes, you heard that right. Two teams that are already contenders are eyeing a player who could be the missing piece to elevate their defenses to new heights. Now, to understand why this is such a big deal, let's take a moment to appreciate just how talented Jalen Ramsey is. Since entering the league, he's been known for his physicality, his coverage skills, and his aggressive style of play. He's a shutdown corner, the kind of player who can lock down the best receivers, turn the tide of a game with a big play, and set the tone for his entire defense. For years, Ramsey has been a cornerstone for the Los Angeles Rams, helping them reach the Super Bowl in the 2018 season, and consistently being a threat on the field. His ability to read routes, his ball skills, and his swagger make him one of the most feared defensive backs in the league. But here's the thing, his contract situation and the Rams' current rebuild plans could be pushing him towards a departure. Rumors suggest that Los Angeles is open to trading him to free up cap space and rebuild their roster with younger players. And that's where the Ravens and Dolphins come into the picture. Both teams have shown interest, and both could benefit immensely from adding a player of Ramsey's caliber. For the Ravens, their defense has historically been their calling card, especially under head coach John Harbaugh. Baltimore has built a reputation for having a tough, disciplined, and aggressive defense. Think about their history, players like Ed Reed, Ray Lewis, Terrell Suggs, those are the legends who defined Ravens' defense. And even in recent years, Baltimore's secondary has been solid, but adding Ramsey would take it to a whole new level. Imagine a secondary with Marlon Humphrey and Jalen Ramsey locking down the top receivers, making it nearly impossible for opposing quarterbacks to find any open targets. Now, the Ravens' defense is already among the best in the league, but adding Ramsey could push them into elite territory. It's about creating a defense that's not just good, but terrifying. And let's not forget, the Ravens have always prioritized a physical, aggressive style of play. Ramsey fits that mold perfectly. His leadership in the secondary, his ability to communicate and set the tone, could be the final piece that turns Baltimore into a nightmare for offenses. With a lockdown corner like Ramsey, the Ravens could focus on blitzing more aggressively, knowing they have a shutdown corner covering their opponent's best receiver. That would open up more opportunities for their pass rush, which has been decent but could use an extra boost. But then, on the other side, we have the Miami Dolphins. Now, Miami's defense has been pretty solid lately, especially under the guidance of head coach Mike McDaniel and defensive coordinator Vic Fangio. Yet, they're always looking to upgrade and find those key pieces that can help them take the next step. Adding Jalen Ramsey could be the move that propels Miami from a good defense into one of the league's best. Their secondary has promising players, but Ramsey's experience, talent, and leadership could be the catalyst for a truly dominant unit. Imagine Ramsey paired up with Xavier Howard, creating a duo that's among the league's best. This would give the Dolphins a serious boost, especially in a division that's highly competitive with teams like the Bills and Jets. Now, let's talk about the potential impact on the Dolphins' defense. Since their recent resurgence, Miami has been building a team that can compete at the highest level, but they've lacked that game-changing cornerback to lock down the top receivers consistently. Ramsey could fill that gap. His presence would allow the Dolphins to be more aggressive in their schemes, press coverage, and blitz packages. It also adds a veteran leader who can mentor the younger players and bring a winning mentality to the locker room. And, of course, it's not just about defense. Ramsey's presence on the field can energize the entire team, boost confidence, and give the offense more freedom to push the ball downfield, knowing that their secondary is well protected. Now, I know what many of you are thinking: what's the timeline? Well, negotiations are still in the early stages, and nothing is set in stone yet. The NFL rumor mill is always buzzing, and just a few weeks ago, trades like this seemed unlikely. But in recent seasons, we've seen how quickly things can change. Especially with the NFL's new cap realities and teams looking to make strategic moves before the season kicks off, a trade for Jalen Ramsey could happen at any moment. And don't forget, both the Ravens and Dolphins have the assets to make a compelling offer: draft picks, young players, or a combination of both. It's also worth mentioning that Ramsey's contract situation is a factor. He's entering a critical phase of his career, looking for a team where he can compete for championships and leave a lasting legacy. Teams like Baltimore and Miami, who are both hungry for playoff success, are likely to be attractive destinations for him. And with Ramsey's track record, he's not just looking for a big paycheck, he wants to be part of winning organizations, and both of these franchises have that potential. Now, of course, there are some hurdles. The trade talks could hit snags, or the Rams might decide to hold on to him if they believe they can still contend. But the fact that these rumors are out there at all tells us that something's brewing behind the scenes. The NFL offseason is famous for these kinds of surprises, and we've seen blockbuster trades happen out of nowhere before. So, as fans of the Ravens, this is the kind of story that keeps us on the edge of our seats. Imagine the impact of adding a player like Ramsey, what it could mean not just for next season, but for the future of this defense, and how it could reshape the entire AFC picture. And here's something else to consider: the ripple effect. If the Ravens manage to land Ramsey, it would send shockwaves through the league. Opposing offenses would have to rethink their game plans, knowing they're facing a secondary with Ramsey and Humphrey locking down the outside. It could also influence other teams to make bold moves, either in free agency or trades, to keep pace. The offseason is a chess game, and right now, the Ravens are players to watch. Their front office has a history of making shrewd moves, and if they pull this off, it could be one of the most significant defensive acquisitions in recent NFL history. But let me also give you some perspective. While the Ravens are certainly interested, the Dolphins are right there in the mix. Miami's front office has shown a willingness to spend and trade for impact players, especially when it comes to building a championship contender. The division rivalry with the Bills and Jets makes this even more urgent. They need to bolster their secondary to keep up. Ramsey's arrival would be a statement that Miami is all in on competing at the highest level. So, what's next? Well, we're all waiting for official confirmation, but one thing's for sure: the NFL offseason just got a whole lot more interesting. The potential of seeing Ramsey in purple and black or teal and orange has fans buzzing, analysts speculating, and teams strategizing. It's a reminder that in the NFL, nothing is set in stone until it's done, and the offseason is filled with possibilities. For us Ravens fans, it's a mix of excitement and anticipation, because a player like Ramsey could be the piece that finally pushes us over the top, making our defense one of the league's most feared. And now, Baltimore Ravens fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Do you think the Ravens should make a move for Jalen Ramsey? Or do you believe Miami has the edge? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the future of the Ravens. I'll be back soon with more updates, breaking down every new development, analyzing how these moves could shape the upcoming season. Stay tuned, stay passionate, and as always, go Ravens!